And now for the live event known as XXX by Vannan. The main guy behind it, Andrew Vannan. Get out here! Woo! Oh. Where's Andrew? 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 Oh, oh, oh yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Hello. Aye, that was actually done in zero rehearsal, so I hope it went well. It looked good. Anyway, most comedians have a microphone, but I've got a very loud voice and it presents as a blessing and a curse at the same time. But anyway, so I didn't really need to bother with a mic. But this, my friends, is what you call a shake weight. Now this looks very fucking dirty when you do this. Oh yeah! Oh, the face. Yep. So that is the tone of the night, and I'm going to be using this as a surrogate mic because I don't really need a mic. So in some ways it's like fucking up years. I don't need a mic. But anyway, welcome to the shenanigans of XXX by Vannan. And it is going to be X-rated. That'd be shite if it wasn't X-rated or PC or woke up to like that'd be fucking torture. Anyway, so let's get cracked on with some comedy. You can see what's happening. Just before I go into the comedy, there'll probably be 6 different occasions where I'm going to kind of bump from Dr. Phil and say, take a look. And basically, when this goes through the editing, I'm going to be putting in sketches as the show goes along. So may as well. First one, take a look. Good. Right, let's get on with this comedy that could be extreme in every fucking description. What happened to the Calcutta Circle when the SJWs joined the train? It got cancelled. Now, you probably realise that I do a hell of a lot of travelling and buses and stuff like that. And no exception, there was a night I was travelling home from Edinburgh and the bus stops at was called Murrayfield, and guy gets on. I didn't know he was a rugby player. And like most people during the bus journey, he needs to go to the toilet. And he returned from the toilet, and just as he was returning to the seat in front of me, the bus slammed on the brakes and he went falling into my face. The result of that was a face full of ass. I mean, it wasn't the ass I was dreaming or desiring of, but you know what, beggars can't be choosers. Oh, I'll tell you something that's fucking good, right? Naming kids after cars. When I originally thought of like calling kids like fucking Ferrari, Murcielago, Lamborghini, all them kind of names. That sounds fucking genius because you're like, this is my car. But if you strip away each layer of bullshit, it only just tells you one thing. Mummy got laid in the back of a car. And to be honest, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm at the doctor's surgery in the morning, right? Doctor opens the door. National Express 592 to London via Hamilton, Carlisle, Milton Keynes, and Heathrow Airport. Then that tells you a really big story. Somebody's mummy got knocked up in the back of a National Express coach. Now, if you think of your school days, right? Your school days are probably shit. Teachers are arseholes, all that stuff. But there was this guy, a math teacher. He was excellent. He helped people with difficulties. He got on great with his colleagues. He got on well with parents. And when he was off duty, he's a bit of a bloody womanizer, isn't he? A math driver. Now, I'm very tough personally, right? See, when I used to have long hair, I was an emo. And like any emo, it's almost obligatory to get a guitar. And it's even more obligatory to get guitar tuition lessons. And I tell you, the first guitar tutor I got, he got arrested in his flat, got section 18. He had a ton of drugs in his flat. He lost his flat and lost connection with that person. Don't know if there was jail implications on it, and I don't know. But anyway, I went and got another guitar tutor. He took up a heroin habit. What the fuck's wrong with me? What am I telling people to do? For fuck's sake, I'm actually not wanting to get a third guitar tutor in case he's involved in shit like Madeline McCann or Jimmy Savile or something like that. You know, it's fucking scary. I absolutely hate the thought of guitar sessions. So anyone that wants a guitar, you drop mails in the comments. Personal, right? So that's another thing. The culture's changed a lot, massively, right? And once upon a time we had trench coat flashers, and they were illegal, and they're still illegal. And in fact, in the right circumstance, each trench coat flasher could still get a jail term. Jail terms are given out all the time for back in the trench coat days, right? And now we've had the advent of digital technology and apps and taps and swipes and such like it, and we've got like things like Tinder, Fuckbook, Grindr, Minder, Bumble, who what it, right? And all of a sudden, showing your penis is actually allowed now. And in fact, if you aren't flashing your penis every fucking couple of photos, you're looked at as a fucking weirdo. Actually, I prefer the olden days where people, as soon as they showed their willy, it was like, whoop, Bumble Buffy for them bastards. So yeah, I'm very old school in that aspect, and cascading back to travel. You know, I was on a train coming back from Birmingham to Glasgow, and not very nicest of journeys, to be fair. And a couple in front, seats in front. I love you to the moon and back. And I'm sitting there going, if Virgin Trains doesn't do a bloody Glasgow to Liverpool service, what fucking hope have you got going to the moon and back in a Virgin Train? You know what the answer is? Fucking none. Transportation is fucking weird, might I say, right? And I tell you something, I was in Manchester coach station waiting for the bus back to Glasgow one time, I think it was 2016, right? And you know, long hair, and I was just listening to some Megadeth to kind of tide me over until I got onto the coach. And this guy goes, alright mate, And I'm like, alright. And he says, would you like to have some fun? I'm like, you can't really have fun. There's no such thing as fun in Manchester's Chiltern Coach Station. No, I'm not talking about that fun. Fancy jumping in the toilet and getting a wank. Right? And I said no, because my bus is just about to board in 2 minutes' time. It would have to be a rather quick wank indeed. And just as he said it, National Express 548 Manchester to Glasgow. And I'm like, I beetled that bus so fucking quick. The driver thought I was a bit fucking fucked in the head, but let's be honest, I am fucked in the head. So yeah, I'm going to talk about some OG things, right? Don't understand half of this shit that's going on in this world now. Is it guys drinking fucking Prosecco? Prosecco is shite wine. You would be better asking Susan Boyle to drop her fucking skirt and let you lick her out. That shit is like fucking scud water. You know what? Why don't we all go back to old school 1990s sniffing poppers and fucking doing fucking lighter fluid? You know, I think that's a teensy bit more, let's say, gracious. But anyway, you know, this is new marriage. Right. I want to talk about something, and probably people have noticed this in recent terms, where I drink, not cock, coffee, right? And yeah, it actually makes, the coffee makes my life make more sense now, oddly enough. Because like when I'm travelling up and down south and I'm stopping at motorway services all here, there and fucking everywhere, right? I used to be confused what to do for that 30 minutes with the bus parked up and turned off and freezing cold, and I never wore the right coat for the weather. Never. Still having that issue, but anyway, we'll try and work through it. That's maybe why I've got the Arndale Centre, you know. But once upon a time, to pass the 30 minutes before the bus started up and pissed back off down the road, I just used to stand against the coach like this. And if anyone knows me, it was rather cold. So that actually made the whole experience even more touching than it should be. So yeah, nowadays I can actually get off the bus, go into the coffee shop, oh yum, fantastic. And sometimes if you stop at places like Norton Keynes, you can actually get a proper good eat as well. So we're progressing, very, very slowly progressing, right? Anyone remember when I was a comedian, or did that not happen? Right? And I tell you, you know, you've seen some of the oddest experiences ever. And I was up at the bar in a venue and buying that wee drink. Non-alcohol, because I don't really drink alcohol. But anyway, ... Right. This guy came up to me and he quoted a performer's name and he said, he's gifted. And I said, oh yeah, I remember him, he was on two before me, and I says, yeah, it might be a right laugh, but I think you're overcooking them somehow. He went, no, I'm not talking about his act. I'm like, okay. He's like, he's blessed. I'm like, what? He said, look down. And I looked down. Couldn't see anything apart from a pair of shoes and tracksuit bottoms. Nothing really out of the ordinary. And he went, no, the guy's fucking hung by me. And I said to him, this is a comedy venue, not fucking rape my cock. For fuck's sake. And on the comedy vibe of things, right? You know, obviously COVID happened, and you know, I talked to a professional comedian during it, and she said, well, I think this COVID's going to shake the wheat from the chaff.
I got what she was meaning. I turned around and says, I think this comedy, this COVID, is actually going to be the natural selection for comedy. So all the shite cunts will fucking just melt off into the background and never be heard again. And the good ones will come floating up to the top and rising somewhat like a phoenix. She was pretty shocked, the way I put it. But then again, you know, I don't really think much of holding back. Yeah, I've actually got friends, and this is fucking shocking. Absolutely ridiculously shocking. But yes, I do have friends. Not just I'm enjoying this way more than I should be. I can feel my tits jiggle. Woo! You're not getting to see him, baby, cheeky bastards. Right, but as I say, I've got a friend, and he is from the south side, right? And he kind of, for a fair amount of time in his life, he dressed like Kanye West. I'm not being insulting or derivative, but put it that way, he's more cat in your fuck than Kanye West. Yay, more travel shit! Oh, by the way, before we go any much further, I'm going to do a wee quick edit point. This is number 2, and this is called, take a look at this.
Where's the train going?
Up your arse. Oh, that's the last time I'm buying that at Sammy Link's place. I've only spent 7 hours arse out of the pan, heat out of the sink, and it's caught all over the flare and all. My pal now just buzzed a packet of laxatives, and I'm starting to feel the effects. And I tell you something, there's going to be cotton against this one day too. Callum, could you get me your beanie? We've ran it a little.
Hey Samsy kiddos, you fancy coming up to mine? We'll do that Netflix and chill thing, where you watch Breaking Bad and I can bang your ass hard in a Congo drum.
Is it morning yet? Oh god, I smell like a Kardashian.
Yep. So yeah, as I've talked about, I travel and I've seen more motorway service stations than anyone would ideally want. But anyway, you know, yeah, it was one night I was coming home from Cat House, and I got in about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was feeling fucking disgraceful anyway, so I put on the television X, right, and there was this thing called the fuck truck, and I thought, fucking corner shite, right, and just on time to get where the fuck truck's going tonight. And in tonight's episode of Fuck Truck, it was going to a place called TB Services. Yes! Yes, I've fucking been there so many times! Woo! Right? And I know I should be a bit more quiet, but anyway, fuck it, it's my show. Yeah, the truck pulled in TB Services, and it was about 12:30 at night on the film, right? And through the magic of editing, time kind of sped up a wee bit, and you know, the lassie was getting fucking smashed 7 ways through Sunday in the front cab of a fucking Scania truck. But anyway, white coloured. Don't know if that's preemptive or not, but anyway, she was fucking getting banged. She's screaming the place down, right? And I could hear something. It sounded like a bin truck, and I thought, oh, that's the municipal waste system for a TB. But anyway, no. The camera clicked to another position, and as she was getting pumped, a National Express coach came racing in, and you could actually see the number of bus that was parking up 336 Plymouth. Homecoming! I've been on that bus, but I've never been in an occasion where fuck truck was going on in the same service station. But anyway, yeah, and yeah, just getting pumped away and screaming away, and I don't know if any of the passengers came off the coach to have a look, but it's quite funny. Homecoming! Woo woo! Yeah! But that's the scenario that was going on TV. Eventually, bus did disappear. That's after someone else got pumped. So that's all your statistics. But yeah, I want to kind of flash back again to comedy. I think it's quite a good idea. And at one venue, I was talking to another act, and that kind of weird person was in the background. And me and the original comedian was talking. He said something, and I just cheekily went back, "Aye, that's what she said." And the weird person was like, "Andrew, I'm gonna have to say that usage of 'that's what she said' might make you look a bit sexist, but that comes from exactly the same person that talks about fucking shagging his dead ma and bringing crosses to his flat, tying them up and spanking them. So anything that is going to be said therefrom is going to automatically dismissed." So yeah, I've been kind of talking about me having long hair and shit like that, right? You get the whole thing, emo, blah blah, right? And when I did have long hair, quite a lot of people mistook my gender. I didn't give a fuck. I was just having a laugh, like, whatever, right? But yeah, it was certainly quite funny that, to be honest. At one point, I dyed my hair blonde and I looked like Garth from Wayne's World. So yeah, I had that. The lookalikes through my life when I had short hair as a youngster and more hair, I looked like Harry Potter. Then in my kind of emo days, I looked like XXX. And when I dyed myself blonde, I looked like Garth from Wayne's World. Apparently, I looked like Alan Carr. I could actually do a good tribute act, a comedian has said. I don't know what next from Alan Carr. I dread to know. I really dread to know, to be perfectly honest. So, and yeah, it was one night I stayed over at a friend in Edinburgh's, and in the early morning, maybe like 7 o'clock on Sunday morning, I opened the kind of, is it called veranda? Yeah, veranda, right? And yeah, smoked a cigarette. And all I heard from a couple floors down is, "I'm not a fucking slag, I'm a cock expert." I'm like, whoa. And once I go back to there. But anyway, but I was like, what the fuck? Right, transmit. Most people know what transmit is. It's kind of rhyming slang for shit, but I'm not going to write up on it. But anyway, yes. Basically, yeah. Transmit is the only event / convention that doesn't know how to spell itself. So anybody that attends it, there's no fucking hope for him, really. And yeah, I was getting a train to Birmingham New Street, cross country train, 11 o'clock in the morning. Right, and for some reason, this was what I could call the transmit kick-out train. All reprobates, big and small, joined this train and made me bawl. Right, I got on the train and Unfortunately, my carriage was the carriage they were all fucking blasting GBXS anthems out and Lewis Capaldi and all the other shit cunts, right? And and it was all on that fucking Bluetooth speaker, massive fucking thing, right? The size of my medical files, you know, and yeah, it made a very unpleasant journey. We were melancholy at Motherwell. Had fucking enough of it in Haymarket. I wanted to end my life in Edinburgh Waverley. That's part of the joke, right? By the time we got to Morpeth, I wanted Molly so badly. And eventually it kind of calms itself down because like half the trains made complaints about him. And the carriage, it was like a 6-carriage train or something like that. And like they pissed everyone off in each carriage, right? So, you know, I was feeling like shit, my head was thumping, you know, I actually wanted to hit my head against the window every couple of seconds, like a headbang. So, I went into my phone and I did something rather fucking naughty, to be honest, and I went into Bluetooth, found the speaker, paired the speaker. Oh, you naughty little bastard. Right, I tell you what I did. Right, I went into YouTube and played mean moaning noise. Right, so all the carriage hills, you know, that mean moaning noise, right? And immediately, guys, fucking incensed we rage. Who fucking did that? Who fucking did that? That's the chant. Who fucking did that? Who fucking did that? I turned it into a chant as well. And he was racing between the 6 carriages, up and down, up and down, up and down. He was threatening to, if he found who did it, he was going to knock a cunt in. And it was fucking hilarious. But at that point, I was feeling so fucking physically ill. I actually just kind of was like, oh fuck, didn't respond in any way, shape or form, and that was that. And yeah, it was just like, by the time I got off at New Street Station, right, you could still hear a few people as I coming off the train. Who's that with the fucking porn music? Who's the fucking porn music? Who's that belong to? But luckily he fucked off at Newcastle. I think he needed a good roughing up by George's anyway, shit cunt. But yeah, it's one of my friends, and before I go any further, he's a male. But why the pronoun he? And he is a whore. A fucking whore. He's seen one of the inhabitants of North Lanarkshire. He has been round the block more times than a fucking mega boss, right? He's told me some very fucking bizarre shit that's like made me think, fucking go on yourself. You're a hero. Heroes don't need to wear capes; they just need to be naked, apparently. Now, due to, let's say, environmental variables, right, I'm single. I'm single as fuck. Right? And I eventually found out there was a website such like Tinder. Although I don't use Tinder, I use Fuckbook and Be Naughty and stuff like that. Right? And yeah, I met a lassie for 5 and we occasionally meet up, and after about a year of meeting each other for sex, I can tell you all the situations. The same woman that has situations with me in Deadpool suits and Bumblebee suits, and fucking one of the times it was Master Chief from Halo. It was fucking lovely. And yeah, she was like, that's about a year of us meeting up with each other. Oh, what shall we do? And then I turned around and said, that could be an anniversary. And she thought it was an anniversary. She was like, oh, anal, aye. So she bent over and I stuck it in and I smashed her arse. I shouldn't use that term because that could be controversial, as we all know. But anyway, we're going to be using it. completely fucking regardlessly, like, the strange things I hear, right? The strange things I hear are fucking weird. I always get dragged into weird shit, right? And I was waiting at a bus stop, waiting to go to work, and there were two lasses fucking, like, they were pissed off at each other. Somebody pissed somebody off. That's all I knew. No, I heard it. Hey, Singer! You've got a fanny like London King's Cross! Fucking slag! Right? And, mate, I tell you, right, I don't know what happened, but I think that's a really fucking gross analogy. Because there's no lassie I know known to any universe in the solar system that has the ability to fire out 11 carriage LNER Azuma trains at a fanny at 125 miles an hour. If that was ever even slightly more possible, she would be dead. Take a look. I haven't been using a shake weight. Time for a workout. Give me your shit, big boy. Take a look.
I've just matched this on Tinder and we have met. Don't know who this could be, but sounds fun.
Oh boy.
This is just about to get wild, so turn that fucking camera off.
Right. Which one of you useless dickheads don't know how to close the door on the way into the close?
That was not me.
Wasn't you then? Well, fucking one is. In future, fucking close it! Right guys, yes, I certainly do love Manchester, like, for multiple reasons. The Arndale Shopping Centre, not the place up in Drumchapel, but we've got like fantastic Chinatown area, you've got the LGBT district, you've got the clubbing opportunities where nightclubs are open until 7 AM, the list goes on. Right, and probably the first time I went to Manchester, the bus pulled into the station and got off the bus and went into the station, and the very first sign I seen was one of these mad feedback fuckers, right? It was Fizzback, and basically it was saying, oh, we want to hear your feedback, text MCR1 to this 7-digit number. And I was like, MCR1? My Chemical Romance are number fucking 1! Yeah! Right? And later on, after I dumped all my stuff in the hotel, I thought, shit, I need a lot of munchies and shit. So I went to Arndale Centre, and this is not to be confused with the Arndale Community Mental Health team up in Drumchapel. But anyway, I kind of felt like I was having a midlife crisis because whilst I was going through the main kind of part of the shopping centre, this lady came up to me in an Ann Summers pinnacle, and she said, "Are you good in bed?" And I was like, "Good in bed? You fucking mean that?" Well, I suppose if I want to answer the question, what you call tactically, after I take my nighttime medicines that I take, yeah, I could be in bed for about maybe 12 hours, 13 hours, so yeah, you could say I'm fucking great in bed. And the replying look she gave me was utter shock and disgust, and she walked away in horror. Yeah, that's what you get for answering stupid questions. Bugger off the next silly cunt. So yeah, as I say, you know, it is really quite. It's quite enjoyable being in Manchester. Let's be honest, and I want to ask you the question: what's the difference between an Argos sale and a megabus? Quite honestly, nothing. You go to the place expecting to see the product, and it could be anything but the product, or it could be a similar product but far more shitter, and you're suffering for hours afterwards. Not ragging megabus at all, you know. There some have got better buses in the last year, but still to get on them because of COVID and all that shit, and plus I prefer National Express. But anyway, when I'm on the train going like to London or Birmingham or something like that, right, quite often the toilet will be used. But they've got these mad fucking talking toilet bastards, and they say, please stand up first. Sanitary towels?
Paper towels. Go. Old phones. Unpaid bills. Junk mail. Your ex's sweater. Hopes, dreams or goldfish down this toilet.
Hopes and dreams. Oh, I pissed my hopes and dreams down the toilet fucking about 27 and a half years ago when I was a beer. But anyway, and there was a time, other than that, I got on that train hungover like a fucking bastard. Right? But then again, I don't really think it was hungover because I ate lots of shite food the night before, so maybe it was a body going up you, trying to feed me shit. But anyway, anywho, right, you know, the usual thing. Please do not flush. Sanitary towels, paper towels, gum, knitted jumpers, unpaid bills, something else. You get it, right? And I was like, that's like the fucker exorcism film, but with a toilet. So I was feeling pretty shit for giving the automated toilet that to deal with. But it's kind of a bit of a surprise that I like comic books. Yeah. And there's He-Man, Master of the Universe, and you know, very likeable character, and some cynical bastards have been trying to debate and doubt what his sexuality is, and to be honest, whoever he takes to bed has nothing to do with me. As long as it's enjoyable and as long as it's consensual, that's all it needs to really be talked about. But anyway, everyone's sitting there like talking about that, and then my opinion is, leave He-Man alone. What about Orko? Orko's had a few hands up him. Who's a slag now? And why is his spells going all wrong every time he fires a spell? I think that's called that word, an STD. It's kind of causing that. Get yourself to Sandiford, Mr. Orko. So, this is take a look, number 5.
Nice.
Before I go much further, right, we're kind of somewhat knowledge of the Love Island. A big bunch of people, and they try to basically score, you know, a loving partner, and whether that happens or not is another question. But anyway, it does come to a pinnacle bit where at the end there is a couple and they do fall in love or lust or one night stand. But anyway, you get a punchline, right? and all of this, all on TV, mad high power lighting. We need fucking none of it. We don't even need that big fancy damn house for love, right? All we need is a fucking National Express coach ticket destined for Manchester, and see what happens at TV services. Failing that, journey right way down to Manchester and see if you get some love up at Canal Street area. And you can use a reasonably priced hotel room from nearby to have a marathonic shagging night, and then get the bus back up the road. The coach is quite cheap, really. It's nothing that bad. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's get cheering for some drugs. Let's get cheering drugs, folk. Right. Yeah. If you remember an old school drug dealer, right? He was always between his 30s and 40s, maybe, 30s and 40s. Dark dressed, very low voice. Never wanted to meet you at your flat. Always wanted to meet somewhere obscure, like in the middle of a football field that is like 2.2 kilometres long, blah blah blah, you name it. Making sure it's very hush hush. And if he did have to call you, it was 141, right? And that was absolutely fair enough. And now we've got like fucking 13-year-old boys that are still fuck boys, and they're cutting about in very flamboyant clothing, giving the game away, loud ringtones, maybe even on an electric bike cycling up the pavement at fucking 35 miles an hour, and generally making themselves very fucking obvious. And they're sort of wondering, why am I getting fucking busted? And sometimes they have that fake American accent. Although they're from a place called Yoker, you can't do that in the middle of Yoker. You'll get your cunt kicked. Apart from getting body lit up to police, etc. But anyway, I think this New World Order, if you like to call it that, is fucking terrible. And talking about another thing I think fucking terrible, right? These mad, I would say, scheme queens, right? Big fucking massive ass. I'm not saying anything about arse, but anyway, and they wear these joggers have the word juicy on the back. It's not juicy, it should be on the back, it's gyro. And this is number 5 of Take On.
Oh, come on! No way! Oh, I don't believe you.
This high quality adult video I'm watching on the telly right now would be an ASMR YouTube video. If people kept their bloody clothes on once in a while. Fucking seriously. Anyway, I'm going to contact Deadpool and see if he wants to hang out. Hey Andy, I'm ready for some slaps, but I've got to ask you a question. Did you mention domination in the FaceTime call? Anyway, dude, come over and play yourself out. Oh man, Andy. This does sound rather kinky indeed. Aye, fucking too right, it's going to get kinky. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Keep on going. Right. Whoa! Sorry to interrupt. I'll be away in a second. I'm just taking a picture. Loading it onto Optimus Prime's Facebook. He'll find it hilarious. Sorry guys.
I really love computer games. And quite often, because I'm so busy travelling, I have my tablet or my phone. And I like playing this game called Fallout Shelter. Fallout Shelter is pretty buzzing, might I say. And one thing I noticed right away when I started playing Fallout Shelter was the fact that basically, they were chatting really quickly in the vault, right? And I'm sitting there going, this is fucking odd. So I contacted my pal and he's like, Andy, I think something's no right. And I said, damn right, there's something no right. There's no megabus sitting outside, ready to accept all the shaggers on board, and let's have a nice fucking romp, tip the bastard bus over, and have a party afterwards, if you get me, you know. It was none of that, so he just looked at me like I'm a fucking weirdo. But I do know I'm a fucking weirdo. That's not going to change. So there's like TV things out there, right? For instance, you've got Twin Peaks. I mean, that's a reference to erect nipples, right? You've got Stranger Things. If you want to see strange things, walk outside Cat House nightclub about 4:15 in the morning when everyone's just turfing out. It looks like fucking Arndale has missed a few people along the road. And Game of Thrones, well, let me tell you about the Game of Thrones I was involved in, and that was no fucking fancy damn witchcraft bullshit, right? It was a what's it called? A laxative party. We all took equal amounts of laxative, and we were all shitting. One guy actually had to take to shitting in the cat box because the toilet was being used by me and another guy. It was that fucking desperate scenario was, right? Whilst I was shitting, the door busted open, and this is where the second guy came in, and he had to, we basically tag teamed the toilet, right? And at one point, yes, ass cheeks did actually touch, and he was like, Andy, do you mind about what's going on? Are you bothered about it? I'm like, nah, not in the slightest, we're fucking gale force shitting. I mean, a bit of ass contact is not going to be anybody's problem, you know. So, yeah, and talking of partying, I mean, that shitting incident didn't happen in Motherwell, but you can equally agree, everyone, Motherwell looks like as if it was part of an incident of shitting on a grand scale. But I'll tell you something about if you wake up in Motherwell and you can't remember the night precursor, either things have went super excellent or super shit. I don't know how to grade my thingy-majigger, but I woke up and I noticed I could smell Lenore off the pillow. I don't use Lenore, I use fucking Almat from Aldi. What the fuck's going on here? And just outside of the bed there was a note, and it said, Andy, last night was amazing. Can you call me Andy Miss Prime again? I was like, oh my goodness. Normally I'm Andy Miss Prime in these scenarios, but it must have been so fucked up. I called her Andy Miss Prime, and I was like, wow. So I texted her Andy's Prime, and she sent a wee robot emoji. I was like, yeah, why not? So yeah, now, Babe Station is a topic that's been covered by comedians, and generally in every light the previous comedians have been talking about Babe Station has been very derisive and, you know, kind of very, very dismissive, etc. Let's be honest, I'm going to call these fuckers out, right? Don't fucking lie. You've rubbed one out to Babe Station at one point in your life. Even if that was coming back home from a heavy party night out and you're fucking a bit horny or whatever, do not lie. You have wanked one off to what was on Babe Station. Right? I am just going to cut it right down the motherfucking line, and yeah, that's what's happened. And apart from anything, when I was in Manchester, one of the times I've been down, I actually put on Manchester's version of Babe Station, and it was absolutely fucking hilarious. I could not understand for the life of me how anyone could fucking rub on it to that, because it's more comedy than wanking material. But anyway, this is the end of the XXX by Vannan, and I'm going to go back behind here and have a very sad wank. I'm tired. My Chemical Romance is so good.
Here you, which one I use are playing with my fucking Bluetooth speaker? You think you're a funny cunt? Guess who the funny cunt will be? Me when I burst you.